Welcome to our YouTube channel, CNW 24/7. And I wish you the best of the moment. And I am TG signing in. So in the previous session, I told that we are discussing on the unit called Flights of Freedom. The first segment is a speech delivered by Christine Lagarde, 3 L's of empowerment. And she highlights 3 L's as first one learning, second labor, third leadership. And also she highlights the African adage, if you educate a boy, you train a man. And if you educate a girl, you train a society, which highlights the importance of education for women. And labor is giving economic independence for women. And leadership is boosting up innate abilities and potentials of women. And they should come out of their comfort zones and be ready to face or take upon risk to face the challenges and dare the difference, and finally the difference will deliver them. So next we pass on to a poem titled Any Woman Any Woman by Catherine Tynan. So before the commencement of the poem, I asked my favorite and my dearest learners, please try to attend all these sessions given by YouTube channel CNW 24/7 with your textbook always in front of you. Then only you can learn very seriously the units and segments incorporated in. So now, before starting the poem Any Woman, it is better that you must try to understand something about the poet Catherine Tynan. So I go for reading about the poet Catherine Tynan. So she was born in 1859 and died in 1931. Is an Irish-born writer known mainly for her novels and poetry. She has to her credit more than a score of novels. Last time I explained a score, S-C-O-R-E, represents the digit 20. So to her credit, more than a score of novels and 7 books of verse. Verse means poems. She usually wrote under the name Catherine Tynan.Please. Her human sympathy is very keen, tender, warm, and constant. The poem Any Woman presents the all-emprising power of women, all-emprising power of women to hold a family together. That's a very important thing. So you think the domestic condition of yours, the most wanted name in each household is Ma, Mom, Mother. And also all the members of the family will, oh, Ma, please give me a cup of water. Ma, where is my lunch box? Mother, where is my school bag? Hello, Mother, did you polish my shoes? And even husband will be asking, hello, my wife, Rita, is my breakfast ready? My dress is pressed? So most wanted. That is why Catherine Tynan is mainly talking about the all-emprising power of women in a household. So the poem starts with a little reflecting questions. So I read the questions before commencing the poem. What is your concept of freedom? So in the previous class I explained the unit's name is Flights of Freedom. So first the learners are asked, what is the concept of freedom? When does a person enjoy real freedom? Then the next question, do women really enjoy freedom? And there are certain thoughts, concepts are given. Women support a family, but are they really supported by the family? Women support a family, but are women or woman supported? Or is woman or are women supported by the family? Do women share equal status with men? So with these ruminative questions, we go for reading the poem. And learners, please listen. Poems are only meant for enjoyment. So when I just discuss on this poem, or when I share the views on this poem, try to consider this as a means of enjoyment rather than a Herculean task to digest it with your brain and mind. No, actually you must enjoy the poem. Now let's start the poem. So I go for reading. Please listen. Any Woman by Catherine Tynan. I am the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch am I. Take me away, and roof and wall would fall to ruin me utterly. The first stanza, 4-lined stanza. I am the pillars of the house. Think about a house without pillars. It cannot sustain. It cannot exist without pillars, a house. The keystone of an arch am I. Finally, she says that I am the keystone, the foundation stone of an arch. You take away the pillar, take me away, take away the pillar, take away the keystone, and roof and wall, every roof and every wall would fall to ruin me utterly. I will be totally ruined, destroyed, demolished. That is what she is telling. So Catherine Tynan, that is why he is telling about the all-embracing power of woman. All-embracing power of woman is described in the first 4 lines. Without the keystone, without the pillars, the edifice, the construction will completely collapse into ruin. Second stanza. I am the fire upon the earth. I am the light of the good sun. I am the heat that warms the earth, which else were colder than a storm. Excellent. Again, the second stanza is highlighting the all-embracing power of a woman. I am the fire upon the earth. I am the light of the good sun. I am the heat that warms the earth, which else were colder than a storm. Very excellent. So without the warmth of the woman, without the fire of the earth, and without the light of the good sun, so all these are the descriptions about the women in this stanza. And let us see how children consider the matter. At me the children warm their hands. I am their light of love alive. Without me cold the hearthstone stands, nor could the precious children thrive. Yes, the promulgation of life. Children, they warm their hands at the mother. They get the survival warmth from the mother's heat. And mother is the light of children's love. Love exists only with the presence of the mother among children. So without the mother, cold the hearthstone stands. Life is inactive, just in a paralyzed and cold soul. Nor could the precious children thrive. Even children cannot live a very life without the mother. Then in the next stanza, I am the twist that holds together the children in its sacred ring. They are not of love from whose close tether no lost child goes wandering. So about the inextricable, which cannot be separated, that the bond the children is having towards a mother. I am the twist that holds everything together. There is a harmony, unity in diversity. The children in its sacred ring, life providing ring, they are not of love. That is actually the knot of their love, and from whose close tether no lost child goes wandering. So it cannot be gone without any parentage. That is what here Catherine Tynan is talking. And in the next stanza, I am the house from floor to roof. I deck the walls, I decorate the walls, the board I spread. Table which is arranged for having food. I spin the curtains, warp and woof, and shake the down to be their bed. So complete life is going smoothly by the presence and touch of the mother. So actually she is the house from floor to roof. Without she, there is no house. And she is the decoration or the embellishment of the walls and making the family feed, and she is making the life web in a smooth way, warp and woof. Without such warp and woof, life will be completely in chaos, and shake the down to be their bed. So giving them rest, a very comfortable and soothing rest for the family. And finally, Catherine Tynan is describing very emotionally that I am their wall against all danger. Mom is a wall against all dangers for the members of the family. Their door against wind and snow. Very hostile climate and environment. Their door against the wind and snow. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger. Thou, that is a very important one. It is a kind of a prayer. He is requesting to Almighty. Thou, please learners listen. The last stanza, second last line, thou, starts with the T capital. thou. Thou means you. So you means Almighty, the God. Almighty God is representing. She is finally sending a prayer to Almighty God. Let us see what is her prayer. What is her request? Take me not till the children grow. Take me not till the children grow. So, all-embracing power of a woman is very neatly or deftly described with this line. Finally, she is requesting God, oh God, don't take my life away. Please make me live in this world till my children grow up. That is all-embracing love of a woman for her children. Nobody else in the world can do it for. So with this, Catherine Tynan is concluding her poem. Now, in the beginning or in the commencement of the poem, I told you poems are mainly meant for enjoyment. So, throughout the poem, we can see that I am the pillars, I am the fire, I am the light, I am the heat, I am the light, I am the twister. So like that, these certain phrases are repeated throughout the poem. I am the pillars, I am the fire, I am the light, I am the heat, I am the twister. So this is called a rhetorical device. A rhetorical device. Rhetorical device. Or poetic technique. Poetic technique. Poetic technique or rhetorical device used by poets while composing the poems in order to communicate well their concepts to the readers. So, repetition of such things, I am the pillars, I am the fire, I am the light, I am the heat, I am the twister. So, this kind of repetition of certain group of words is called anaphora. Anaphora. So, anaphora. Anaphora. So, repetition of such group of words or phrases throughout the poem, this is the technique used by the poet in order to communicate his ideas very effectively to the readers, is called anaphora. Then, in the first stanza, last two lines, take me away and roof and wall would fall to ruin me utterly. So these two lines is mainly taken for conveying two ideas in a sentence. So convey two ideas in a single sentence. In a single sentence without any punctuation mark, that is called a enchantment. That technique is called a enchantment. 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 So, I have already discussed two rhetorical devices. That is, first one is anaphora, repetition of the same group of words or particular phrases throughout the poem in order to highlight her ideas effectively to the readers. And another one is conveying two ideas in a single sentence without using a particular punctuation mark. That is what we call it as enchantment. Enchantment. Another poetic device or rhetorical device the poet conveys is a metaphor. Metaphor. Examples of metaphor. I am the pillars. I am the fire. I am the light upon. So I am the heat. I am the twist. I am the house. So all these are examples of a metaphor. So learners should be aware of the difference between what is metaphor and simile. What is metaphor and simile? Simile. So there is only one slight difference in the construction of the sentences. Look at I am the pillars. But if you change it into I am the pillars metaphor, I am as pillars or like pillars. I am like pillars. I am as pillars. When us and like are added, they are purely similes. But without these us and like, they are pure metaphors. That is all. Then for rhyming scheme and rhyming words, let's come back to second stanza. The last words I just write, hearth, sun, earth, storm. Now, I am going to another rhyming words and rhyme scheme in the second stanza as an instance I am giving while you are just analyzing the poem. Earth, earth. So rhyming words are asked, you can write because the last sound ends with the same. Earth, earth, sun, storm, in. So these are the rhyming words we can just, that is it, another poetic device used by the poet in the poem. So listen, and a rhyme scheme, earth, ye, sun, another sound B. Earth, the same sound, so we give a alphabet A. Storm, in, again alphabet to B. So rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B. Rhyming words are earth, earth, sun, storm. This is actually rhetorical devices applied by the poet throughout the poem. So this poem gives us an insight into the all-embracing power of women to hold a family together. That is what we come to know. So Catherine Tynan very picturesquely describes the all-embracing power of women to hold a family together, a harmonious, united, peaceful, and a model family. So based upon this poem, learners will be asked to write a critical appreciation of the poem Any Woman, Catherine Tynan. So by the time the students should write something about the poet who wrote the poem and the content of the poem and the rhetorical devices used by the poem to communicate her ideas, especially to the readers, and she should conclude her own appreciation by having her own personal comments on the poem, whether she or he liked the poem individually because of these and those reasons. So, in connection with the same poem, there is yet another poem given in your textbook on page 15 called The Toys. The Toys, written by Coventry, Kersey, Dicton, Patmore. So, there a father who is taking care of or nurturing his own son, and the father is a widower whose wife is dead. So now let us listen to. So in the poem titled Any Woman, we became aware of the pivotal role of a woman, especially the mother at home. There are occasions when her self-effacing love is painfully missing. When the prayer, "Take me not till the children grow," has not been realized. Now, let us listen to how Father is trying to take care of his son who is without the love of his mother growing. And also in the poem there is a lion which shows the nature of this boy's mother. Now I go for reading the poem The Toys. My little son, who looked from thoughtful eyes and moved and spoke in quite grown wise, having my law the 7th time disobeyed, I struck him and dismissed with hard words and unkissed. His mother, please listen to this line, his mother, who was patient, always forgiving mentality, but being dead. Then fearing lest his grief should hinder sleep, I visited his bed, but found him slumbering sleep, with the darkened eyelids and their lashes set from his late sobbing wet, and I with the mourn, kissing away his tears, left others of my own for on a table drawn beside his head. He had put within his reach a box of counters and a red-veined stone, a piece of glass abraded by the bead, and 6 or 7 shells, and bottle with the blue bells, and 2 French copper coins arranged there with careful art, to comfort his sad heart. So when that night I prayed to God, I wept and said, when at last we lie with the tranced breath, not vexing thee in death, and thou rememberest of what joys we made our joys, how weakly understood, thy great commanded good and fatherly, not less than I whom thou hast molded from the clay, thou wilt leave the wrath and say, I will be sorry for their childishness. That's a very important thing. So in the poem The Toys by Coventry, Kersey, Dicton, Patmore is mainly talking about his son. He disobeyed his father 7 times. So after the 7th time, he cannot bear the disobedience of his son. He struck him and dismissed him without any good night to him. But after that, the father felt very sorry for his action and feared that whether his son would be crying and lying on the bed. So he went to his bedroom and saw he was slumbering. His eyelashes were wet from late morning or crying. So actually, there is a line which says, his mother, who was patient but being dead. She was more patient than father. The mother was more patient than father. So this is another poem which, in parallel to Any Woman by Catherine Tynan, is talking about the prominence of a woman and a father's another side of affection and love towards his son. So in this enjoyment or appreciation of the poem, learners, please listen. You are requested to critically analyze the poem, Any Woman, with any other poem. So here the suggested poem given here is Coventry, Kersey, Dicton, Patmos, the toys. Like that, you can expect a comparative analysis of a poem from outside, selecting any poem from your textbook, and it will ask you to write a critical appreciation of the poem. So I hope you understood what is described in this poem, and please try to be ready with the coming episodes or slots. We will be coming with the more and more interpretations and narrations, and also more descriptions regarding the other segments of different units from the textbook for +2 students in English. And in order to acquire, to get to such inspiring and persuasive online sessions in the rest of the units and segments, please try to subscribe and press the bell icon. And I am your TG signing off. Thank you.